So our ground scraping wedges or our zip ties, again, you want to think about where the tail is going to end up. So we want the tail coming out the bottom, so it has to go in this way. Again, there's a flat there where the head should flush up against and have that pointing down. Along that line, and we'll give it an arc so that those are scraping the ground. So tail's going to come that way, so it goes in here. Get that good and tight, with a good arc on it. The way I often trim them is I want the tips to be kind of just outside the plow. So get too long, then they're too flexible and they become more of a hindrance than a help. Too short, then they might not stay on the ground. So let's see those. I usually try and have the heads down tight so that they are up against the claw close, and then also continue to stay down like that. So now those will be on the ground. So again, we can turn it back on and see those scrape the ground quite well. I mean, that thing was very, very flush. So even a paper clip, they're getting under. Now, this one seems to be set up really quite perfectly. So often in the default settings, that might overextend forward just a smidge. If it does, again, the backlight has gone off, so I can't just hold OK, because that just lights it back up. So I gotta light it up, then hold OK, down to setup, and then usually I'd have to go to endpoints. Channel 3 is the weapon, so I would go down to that, and if that was overextending, let's say it's overextending a little bit, so I just hold the down button, then I can kind of set what's my widest angle. And I mean, honestly, the wider it is, as long as it's not taxing the servo when it's there, the better. Now, the same way when it's up, so as I move the stick up, the arrow jumps, and if that's too far, I can turn it down. So I don't want it hard stalled, so I don't want to have much when I have stick motion and not arm motion. So I turn that down just a little bit. And as always with these radios, you have to hold cancel to save that position. And now I've got that, and often I'll double check that there's no position that doesn't self-write in. I'll even stick it there and make sure that so the battery's a little bit low. Usually it'll do that in one shot, but with any bot, you want there to be no positions that it can't self-write from. So there you go. floor, the table's also a little bit dry. Oh, and then make sure that it goes where it should. You know, forward should be forward, right should be right, left should be left. If forward and back turns, then you will need to change the configuration to it for a drive side. If forward happens to be backward or right happens to be left, you can go up to reverse, and channel 1 is steering. So if I just move that down, now that's backwards. So that should be where it is. At the same token, channel 2 is forward and backward. So if I needed to reverse that, you know, now you can see that's backwards. So it happened to be all properly set up, but you should know how to set that up. So there we go, Squeezy. If you want to put the name in here, then hold OK, system, model name. And if we want to name this one Squeezy, we just go around and with the up and down, we'll get it to say Squeezy. And then hold cancel. You can say it says Squeezy right there. You can see my voltage, it's properly there. It drives right, grabs. It self-writes with authority. We are good to go.